tell us the main differences competition-wise of our two pageants.
With the one reason why I didn't run for America was because you guys have a talent.
No way! I didn't know that was why.
Yeah, so when I first decided to run, I was actually in college and I was looking at the different pageants and I saw with the America system that you had a talent. And I was like, girl, I do not have a talent. Like I could play 2 songs on the piano and that's it.
Talent.
I mean, like not that good though.
Mary, I didn't have a talent. I made that up.
You are a star.
Oh my God.
You are the talent.
You are Bria, the talent right here. Okay, sorry, keep going.
So I looked into other pageants and then I found Miss Hawaii USA and I just loved it because it seemed very glamorous. Like we compete in swimsuit, we compete in evening gown, a personal interview, and onstage question.
So you
and
say
I just
that
love the
sounds
glam.
It sounds so much fun, but the idea of getting on a swimsuit on a stage makes me want to like convulse and shake on the ground.
No, it used to be my favorite. I would say like every single year that I competed, I was like, get me in a bikini, like let me show off.
That's how you know she was raised with a rockin' body.
Yeah,
like
no,
she's always
girl, no, I used to be chubby when I was a kid.
Shut up.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Yeah.
Wait. Hi, glow up.
Glow up, slay.
Period. Okay, that's so cool. So you
Yeah.
always wanted to do pageants.
Yes. I remember distinctively when I was probably 5 years old, I was always in sports. Like my dad had me and my sister in soccer. We did taekwondo, we did tennis, like we did all the things. And I saw a pamphlet for like a Miss Little Starlight, something like that. And then I brought that attention to my parents and I was like, oh, I love this because I was always very girly. I like makeup, I like sparkles. And then I was like, can I do this? And then both my mom and dad were like, absolutely not. Like no one in my family had done pageants before.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're crazy. Like,
Yeah, like,
no.
you're not allowed.
So they're like, yeah, no. But it wasn't until I finally graduated from college that I was like, I make my own money. I finish my education. I'm going to do this. And then my parents were like, okay, do it. And then history, like all these years later. And then here I am.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so fabulous. Okay. And also to preface, Miss Hawaii and Miss Hawaii USA, they're not really allowed to do anything together. Like at events, like if you're in Crown and Banner, it's either Miss Hawaii USA or Miss Hawaii because technically they're in competing
Systems,
they're competing
yes.
systems. So this is really exciting because we're breaking all of the rules.
Look at us,
Which
rule
is-
breakers.
I know, which is actually kind of illegal because you're the current Miss Hawaii USA.
No, but we love us, so
We
it's
love us.
fine.
You're not in Crown and Banner, so
There's
it's
no
actually okay.
rule.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to know, you majored in biology, which is very impressive. Like I think people look at
Thank you.
pageants and they go, "Oh, bimbos." You know,
Yes.
that's definitely something that we're all used to hearing.
Yes.
But actually this is like a group of women that are so intelligent and just like chasing things. And you're
Thank
actually
you.
a doctor. Like
I'm not a doctor.
well, like
Not yet.
you majored in biology, you're a doctor to me. But do you want to go to med school?
That was always a dream. And that stemmed from when I was really young because growing up in Lahaina, we had like one doctor's office and the whole island. I remember when we would get sick, we would always get a little scared because it would take like 2 weeks to actually see the doctor. And so I believed from a very young age, like I remember knowing that there was a huge need for doctors and healthcare. And so I think that's what like initially sparked my interest in it. And then I love science. I love helping people. I'm a cancer. I'm a natural caretaker.
Oh, okay.
So it was like everything just lined up. And yeah, I definitely want to do that still.
Wow, you're very impressive.
Oh, stop. I'm just blushing this whole time.
I can't tell behind your concealer. No, just kidding.
Thank you.
No, I'm such a big fan of you, specifically because you won on, was it your 4th try?
My 5th try.
5th try.
Girl, 5th time's a charm.
So I went through one time, and given it's a different system, right? But I was saying, I don't know if I could ever do this again. Like, it's so taxing. It's so hard. And, you know, people look at us like it's just like
They're like,
walking in heels.
that's easy.
But it's just kind of the worst thing ever in the moment. Like it's incredible. And the prep is really the good, juicy stuff. You know, you meet a new
Yes.
version of yourself. And that's why I love pageants. But there's also a side that's really aggressively out to get your worth and
Yes.
makes you insecure. And can you just share a little bit about how you found the strength to keep going? What drove you to keep pushing?
Yes, I feel like pageants have been the best and worst thing that I've ever done. And because it was always a dream of mine to be Miss Hawaii USA when I was young, like this was the ultimate goal, was to win. And I remember the very first year that I ran, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have a coach. It was
Yeah.
just, I showed up to these events. And I remember the very first event that I went to, all of these girls were beautiful. They're so well spoken. They were dressed to the nines. And I was here in like a little sundress and I felt so out of place. And I remember thinking, like, I never want to feel that way ever again. Like, I felt so unprepared to show up to this event. And even when I competed that year, I got top 10, which was kind of just like, okay, like,
That's huge. Yeah.
thanks. It was just like, okay, whatever. But then immediately after, I was like, okay, I really want to take this seriously and win. And so I competed the second year and I joined the Oahu prelim, which is Juliet's prelim at the time. They don't have it anymore.
Okay, I was like, I didn't know she had a prelim.
Yes, they had it for, I think, 3 years. 3? Yeah, 3 years.
Legend.
And I won Miss Waikiki USA. So there was like 4 of us, or 3 of us technically, who won. And I finally like had preparation that year. I did all the interview, I did the walking. And when it came to, I was in the top 5, which was like, okay, good. Like, this is
yep.
better than last year. They had my onstage question came up and I completely froze.
No way.
And it was like the most embarrassing moment of my life. Like they asked me the question and I had no idea how to answer. I literally was like if you look back at the video and I can't get myself to look at it, my face is literally like, and I'm like, oh my God. And I paused for so long that the audience was clapping to like get me. I don't know. I was like, okay, I like totally bombed it.
Yeah.
And so because I had like that big of a stumble, I came back next year. Or no, immediately after I was like, I'm done. Like it's too much work, too much effort. You're like preparing for a whole year for this to get not the result that you wanted. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. But then come the third year, I joined, this was COVID year.
Okay.
I applied to medical school for the first time.
Chee-hoo.
Didn't get in.
Oh.
Obviously. And it was 1 month until the pageant. And I thought, you know what? I already applied to medical school. I'm going to do this pageant. I already know how to
1 month prep.
1 month prep.
Wow.
I know. So when I look back at it, I'm like, probably should have done that. But I did it. It was COVID year, so there was no live audience. It was really weird. We had to wear masks and everything. Yeah, it was very interesting. We're in like a little office space.
No way. And they just recorded
filming
it.
Yeah.
Weird.
So very interesting. Not like a typical pageant.
Who won that year?
COVID year, Ali Chu. Yes.
Okay.
So I still placed top 5.
Yep.
And then I thought the following year, I was like, I'm done. Like, this is too much effort. And then I was thinking, okay, my sister, she's my interview coach. She's brilliant. She's smart. I told Kiana, I'm like, at the time, she was going through some health problems. And I said, if you run for Miss Hawaii USA, just like put your health as a priority, you're going to win. Like, you're so likable. You're so smart. And of course, I was right because that year I didn't run. My sister ran and she won.
Which we love.
Which we love.
We are big Kiana stans here.
We are big Kiana stans. I just remember crying when she won because I was like, oh my God, my sister, she's so beautiful. Like, I felt like I won. I was like, she did that. Like, we did that.
Yeah.
And then I know this is such a long story because I've ran for so many years.
No, I'm here for every single second of it.
And then the following year, I was like, okay, I'm going to run because I want my sister to crown me. I kind of prepped for it, maybe like for 3 months because we're so focused on Kiana Miss USA that I like didn't think I was going to run until I was like, no, I would really love my sister to crown me. And then I got top 5 again. And I was like, okay, girl, you ran 4 times. Your sister had already won.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to run another time, like I have to do every single thing that I possibly can to prepare so that I leave no leaf unturned.
Right.
And that's exactly what I did.
You did a lot.
And I won.
Amazing. And now
Thank
you're the
you.
most iconic